I'm Amy, and I am the church clerk here, and I'm also active in a bunch of other little things. I like to stay busy. So a couple things I just wanted to bring up is if you are new to Bayside, we want to get to know you. So in your pews, we have these kind of orange, they're different colors, connection cards. It's a two-sided card. One side is just a way for us to get to know you. So if it's your first time here or you've just started coming recently, we would love if you would fill that out and put it in the offering plate or drop it in any of the boxes you see in back. It's just a great way for us to know how to reach out to you and get to know you a little better. And on the back side of the card is if you are interested in learning more about what we have to offer at Bayside or have some specific, things you want to learn more about, please feel free to put that in there no matter how long you've been coming here, so that we can know to reach out to you. And also on the back of that card is if you have any prayer requests, please feel free to fill that out too. You can specify if you'd like it to go to the whole prayer chain or just to the elders. We're always happy to pray for everybody. And kind of the more exciting thing I have to chat about today, pardon me while I use the counter back here, is I am part of the missions team, which is super fun and exciting for me. I love being a part of it. And today is an extra special day for me too, because we'll be having somebody come up here in just a moment. But also one of the ways we are connecting with our missionaries is through sending them cards regularly. And we've got lots of positive feedback that they're loving getting them. So outside our back doors here, where our missionary board is, we have lots of little cards. Please feel free to take a few moments, and we encourage you to do so, to just drop a little note. You can drop it into anybody that we can just send them out randomly, or if you have a specific missionary that you'd like to send it to, just jot down their name on it, and we'll be sure to get them mailed out for you. So we do that about once a month. We send them all out. And the part that I am really excited about today is we have a couple of our missionaries that we support visiting us today. So I'll introduce them here in just a moment, but also, before I forget, after the service, they will be set up out in the fellowship hall. So if you'd like to get to know them more, ask them any questions, they are super friendly, and they'd love to share anything that you might have to ask them. But in the meantime, I'd like to introduce Dan and Melinda Nelson to come up. Dan is the international leader for Latin America. And I've been slowly getting to know him and his wife over the last year a little bit. I've been emailing a lot with them, so I'm very excited they're here and I get to meet them in person. Okay, so just to get to know them a little bit better, we do have their picture up on the screen so you can see them as well, and that's their lovely son with them there. He just graduated this year. Can you tell us, where are you serving right now?
Well, right now, yes, that's our youngest son. We have 3 other children. We have 5 grandchildren, and they live, right now, they just happen to all live in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, so that's kind of fun to see them all at one time. Right now, Dan, like she'd said, is a leader over Latin America, so we kind of go from the top of Mexico all the way down to the tip of South America, and that's where right now we have, I can't get lost. How many missionaries do we have there? 17 missionaries in those areas. So we have the privilege of walking along beside them, praying with them. Dan gets to do vision casting, and it's just really fun that we see a couple of them out there on the board. So that is really nice.
Super cool. I was so excited to see you knew some of the people that were already on the board too.
That's true.
And what are the challenges in serving in Latin America?
So in Latin America, we got a number of different challenges. Our vision for our mission organization is we focus on least reached areas. That's where it's less than 4% followers of Christ, as best we can tell. And so we're going into the hard places. And they're hard not because missionaries haven't been there or the gospel hasn't been there. There's just historical reasons, religious reasons why it's just very, very hard to get into some of these areas. So we're focusing on 3 different areas. One is a circle of silence in Mexico, the tribal clusters in northern Brazil and into Peru, and then also what we call the Southern Cone, which is southern Brazil, Uruguay, and Argentina.
I was very shocked when I had them kind of show me on the map where they serve, and I was shocked at what a big area it was that you actually do serve. I assumed it was more of a specific region, so when I thought it was that whole area, just wow. So what do the next 3 months look like for the two of you?
So Melinda is going to be actually staying in Grand Rapids. I leave Thursday, and I have 2 teams that are coming down to Guadalajara. We're going into 2 pretty difficult towns. One is Jalostotitlan, and the other is San Juan de los Lagos. And just very hard for the gospel to penetrate. We're coming alongside of 2 church planners there. And then the next couple months, I'll be speaking in different conferences. I have 2 in Mexico and actually 2 in northern Minnesota near Longville. And I'm hoping to get about a month in there where I'm working on a doctorate of ministry, and I really need to do some work on my research. So I'm hoping to fit some of that in there.
Congratulations.
Well, not done yet.
No, that's awesome. That's great. How can we as a church best be praying for you?
One of the things we always ask for prayer is for health and safety. We just never know when God is going to hit us. I can remember I think it was about 7 years ago, we were actually here, and I got word that my son had been hit in the head, and was in the hospital, and we go through crises like that. You just never know when they're going to hit. So health and safety. Pray for our travel as we go out. Pray for these conferences that we have, and especially for these 2 teams that we have coming up. We're going into some very difficult areas. We're working alongside of Mexican missionaries, local missionaries there who really doing a good work, but it's really, really hard. So we want to go there and be an encouragement to them. So just pray for them. If you can remember the names of the towns, Jalostotitlan and San Juan de los Lagos. If not, just pray for the circle of silence. That's what we're calling that region of Mexico.
I don't think I can even say those names, let alone remember them, but we will definitely be praying. That's wonderful. And speaking of prayer, I would like to have one of our elders come up and pray with you. Elder Dave Eastman will be coming up to pray. And thank you. I want to personally thank you guys so much for coming and sharing here today and taking some time to get to know.
Thank you. If anything, it did remind me that we have a great Mexican restaurant in Superior called Guadalajara that you could check out. He says it a little bit fancier than I think we would here. But I think about the area that you serve as you're sharing that. And Central America, Mexico, pretty safe?
Not so much. No, I was driving up north across the border, and I had somebody in a black car chase me for about 5 minutes. No, it's not safe.
Yeah. So obviously, definitely need prayer when they talk about health and safety. Obviously, it is difficult when you have loved ones that are away and you hear things and you can't be there. That's difficult. So prayer for their extended family, prayer for the safety when they are there serving. And I know I seem as if I've talked to many that find themselves going to different areas to try to seek out safety. And unfortunately, today, even less, we